Well, this is Guy Brown from My Real Estate Advisor. So today I'm going to record a team meeting. Hopefully everybody's going to show up to it. I'm going to get Dave on now as he's waiting, and then we'll go from there. You're on sideways. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, I can.
Why are you on sideways? There you go. Oh, there you are.
Hang on. That better? Yeah. I think that's better.
So I'm going to record it. I managed to get a green screen, so it looks a bit more normal behind me now.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was trying to do that actually. I was trying to get it on my laptop, but it does. Maybe it's an old laptop. It doesn't. Well, I can't seem to get the zoom on there.
I'll tell you what I've done for the green screen. I was going to get some bedding or something like that and put a sheet up that was green. Couldn't find anything. I went to Kmart, couldn't find nothing. I went into, like one of those like little shops where you buy cards and lottery tickets, like a paper shop. Went into one of those and they've got like crepe paper or whatever it is for tracing paper type stuff, and it's green.
Oh yeah, right.
And it's dead cheap. It's like $1.50 a sheet. It's like 2 meters long, or longer than that. And I've just stuck it up behind me and just in sheets of it.
Oh,
I spent about $6 and put a load of sheets up. And I've just been speaking to this lady who wants to talk to us. And hang on, all these other people want to come on. And she was talking to me through how to do the settings on the computer because I couldn't do it.
Oh, so that means when you do your arm, it doesn't. You've got the sheet behind you now.
It shouldn't be as bad. It should. No, I think it still does it, but I think it's not fantastic, but it's better than a poke in the eye. So yeah. How you doing, Rob?
Someone's turned up.
I'm good. How are you?
Good, mate. Good. So are you got to take your son to the dentist, have you, or something?
Yeah, imagine that this bottle was half or his tooth. He snapped that apart off.
Oh, Jesus. It's like it's one of his front teeth or his back or where?
Just the side one there.
Oh, the side. Oh, it's not the end of the world. They'll put a crown on it. His
modeling career is still safe.
Rob, this is David. David works on the Gold Coast.
How are you, Dave?
Yeah, g'day, Rob. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks.
That's all right. I'm just trying to work out. I thought we'd all be a split screen, but it seems like you go from one to another. I'm not quite sure.
I think that's just how it displays it. Yeah, on your phone, it goes from one to the other.
On your phone, yeah, maybe it does. Yeah.
What when someone talks, it goes across, or are you pressing a button there to get?
I'm not pressing anything. It just does it on its own.
Yeah, I see. When you
talk. Yeah, that person gets prioritized by the app.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I see. Yeah, no, it is different to because my daughter got it. There was 4 people on the screen. I was trying to look at them all, and that must be a different thing. It was some sort of when we were trying to watch a movie. It might have been through Facebook or something.
I think you can scroll across on your phone, and it will show everybody. I think it does.
Yeah,
anyway.
It has something to do with speaker view, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've got a button on your phone.
I'm not 100%.
No, but it still works, as I said. That way you can skip across.
Yeah. Hi, Tiffany. Hello. How you doing? I can't see Cameron. Cameron probably doesn't want to be seen, or Yusuf.
Hey.
Maybe Yusuf doesn't. I don't know.
How are you, buddy?
Oh, hello. How are you, Cameron? You okay, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm on my mobile, so.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he hasn't got it on video. I think there's another setting.
If you do slide your phone to the right, your screen, you'll be able to see everyone's screen.
Right.
Just slide it to the right or to the left, and then it will show everyone's screen.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, that's how we did it.
Yeah, there you go. Easier, I think. There you go.
Yeah.
How you doing, Yusuf? Are you okay, mate? Hello, Yusuf. Oh, he's connected. He was in the car. I don't know. So, just to give everybody a bit of an update, who's on? Oh, hang on. Raoul wants to come on. Let's get Raoul.
Jeez, might need a bigger phone.
Gonna need a bigger laptop.
No, I haven't worked out the laptop yet. I'm just on the phone because it happened too quick.
Oh God. Is Raoul on? Are you on yet, Raoul? Oh, it's crazy. What name's on? Yusuf's on. Hello, Yusuf. Tiffany's on. I think everybody's pretty much on now. Okay. So, yeah, I just thought I would try and do these maybe once a week or once a fortnight until we can all go back to normal with the coronavirus thing when it's all finished. I just wanted to sort of catch up with everybody, see how things are going, see if anybody's had any issues. I think everybody's at different stages. Rob, were you able to set up an account with Domain?
I haven't done that yet. I just was looking through all of your stuff this morning, so I'll get on to that.
So as far as I'm aware, I've spoken to Domain, and Domain have said to me, so long as the person's got the license, it doesn't necessarily have to be a full license, but a license and an ABN number, they can have an account. And they can have the account for free to upload house and land packages. So if you can get that set up, like Tiffany, for example, she hasn't got her license yet, and I don't know if she's got an ABN. Have you got an ABN, Tiffany?
No, not yet.
No? Okay.
This morning, though, so I should have one soon.
All right, cool. So when you've got that and you've got your license, you're able to set yourself up there with an account with Domain, and then you can upload all the listings onto Domain, as many as you want. So you can all do 100 or whatever you want to do, basically. And then obviously when some more money comes into the business, we'll go with the REA as well. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, you've got to have an ABN number and you've got to have your license, basically your basic license, and that is it. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I've just gone through that process. So I've got it all set up now with the Domain. But it was funny because they sent me through like a commercial account and everything like that, and had to digitally sign it. But that's fine. I just went through it all, and they wanted to know the ABN, the license number, and then you do your signature, and then basically that I'll get the login from now. So it was all pretty simple. Yeah.
So the other thing I was going to say,
ready to go.
The other thing I was going to say to you as well is I have done a bit of research on that offer. Now, Rob, I don't know if you've heard of this. I did email everybody, but you might have missed the email. Not everybody's seen this email. So I've got this idea where I was going to give away a house after we've done 100 sales over the next 12 months. So this is going from one financial year to the next financial year. And Anya and Lee, the EXP people you know from New South Wales, they were like, oh, I'm pretty sure you're going to have a gaming license because that'll be classed as gambling. So I said, okay, I'll find out. So yesterday I spoke to my solicitor and I spoke with Brad's legal team from Thomas Paul, and I also spoke to Fair Tradings as well. And according to that, I don't need to have a gaming license. So there doesn't need to be a gaming license because it's a business promotional thing. Nobody's buying any tickets or anything like that. So it's coming out of the business's bottom line and everything else. So there doesn't need to be a gaming license for that. So we can literally kick that off in July across the board for everybody. Next 100 sales is done. Doesn't matter who does them, what volume it is, where they are. It's irrelevant. It can be done across the board. So all I really need to do is make sure that the terms and conditions are written up to cover all, eventualities, as in, if somebody wins, then, are they eligible and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know with that, because I thought that was a good promotional thing. And I think we need something like that to push the boat out a bit more. Because at the end of the day, it is difficult at the moment to try and get new business in and everything else. So, so that was the plan. So hopefully it'll all work. How's everybody doing anyway? Is everybody okay?
Yeah, good. So I just want to say I've sort of had a bit of a development today. I think we were speaking about the best way to try and is get a broker, get pre-approvals done and everything like that. So I've been dealing with this What happened there? Oh yeah, I'm back again. I've been dealing with the broker. I've dealt with all the houses that we bought over the years and everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's really good. He's just sent me all the paperwork through. So basically, it's like a referral source. So I can actually, he's going to do a relationship where basically if I get someone and they go through him, go through the Commonwealth Bank, whatever it is, then you get a percentage of the loan. And I think it was about $1,650. So it's pretty good. So it's a pretty good incentive. That's basically, if say it was around $500,000,
Yeah.
going through him, do the paperwork, the referral. I mean, that's what he's offered to me. Probably be the same for other people, but it's just that they have people that come out to the house, and he's a proper, as I said, mortgage broker. And it's just good because I've got the paperwork, and yeah, you've got to have your license again. That's part of what he's asking for. License, ABN, fill out the paperwork, send it to him, and then they're going to send someone out to come and have a chat to me. And I want to do what we spoke about the other day, a complete dummy run from buying, from listing, buying it, and I'm going to use myself as if I'm buying it type of thing. So I can get the pre-approval. And then that way, the second time around when it's a client, I've basically got all, got all the, everything in line sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to try and talk to you about. Just, we need to know the dummy run from as soon as we got it listed on Domain, which you'll be familiar with it, get all the paperwork so printed out. But this adding in the mortgage broker, I think it's a really good thing for everyone to go through that process. What's required.
I agree. To be fair, like if he can cover the majority of Queensland with the people that we've got, what happens though if we like Elise has just come on? Hello, Elise. She's in.
Hi everyone.
She's in. This is David and Tiffany and Rob and everybody else and Cameron. Anyway, if say Elise wanted to do the same thing and she's in South Australia, has he got somebody that he can set her up with?
Yeah. Well, Commonwealth Bank, as I said, he's been with it for 32 years. He was sort of out and about, but now he's back in with them. But he has other people that, pretty well Commonwealth Bank. I can ask him that. That won't be a problem. But and as I said, there's only the forms he sent me through. Is customer reference. There's a bit of information. You just got to fill out who the people are and then basically apply. He does the pre-approval letter and then basically you get paid a percentage, which I think it worked out on a $500,000. You get $1,650, which, it's a good kickback, and that goes into your bank account. That's what he's offered me. Can't see why it couldn't be anyone else because it's all about them. They want to chase money. Getting it. But that's just between until I speak to him about it, because as I said, I'm doing that for me to do a dummy run. But I just think it's a pretty good development if we can use the bank and it's straightforward. We've got loans off him before, and he's really good to deal with.
He's on the ball, is he? That's good then. Because that's one of the biggest hurdles is the finance side.
Correct. Exactly.
If the finance is pre-approved or you've got somebody like that that's very good, that's the difference between the deal going ahead and not going ahead.
Well, that's right, because I asked him about in my case that because I'm sole trader, I haven't got wage dockets, blah blah blah. I just say the exercising is because my wife works. We've got equity in the house, and then you just use your tax returns. So for people who are real estate agents and haven't got pay dockets, then there are ways around it. You got to work out what the property is, what the repayments are. If you can service it, well then that's fine.
And that's the thing of like sometimes you have like Chinese investors and they like to get paid in cash, and you're like, well, we need to see pay slips and different things to prove your income. So there's a lot of that goes on where they'll have to produce some pay slips for 6 to 8 weeks or something just to prove that they're.
Well, I think normally when we do it, it's 2 weeks. I think you've got to have 2 weeks of pay dockets. That's what
I think it's a minimum of 2. Yeah, it's got to be 2.
Yeah, minimum 2 weeks. And then basically, if you're self-employed, then we look down at what your tax returns are. So, and I just think that people they'll want to buy that if they can get the pre-approval and get the money. Because there's not that many people running around with 500,000 in the pocket. So they'll have to get a loan. Yeah,
definitely. Well, the process is I was going to introduce you all to Joey, who's our account manager that does the admin side, and like I was speaking to Raoul today about it, and saying like, if you want to meet the developer and arrange an appointment and things like that, if you get a lead that comes through the website, or it comes through domain, or wherever it comes from, Joey is the account manager. That he will then, you'll get in contact with Joey, and he will be your liaison between you and the developer or the builder to make a time, an appointment for you to do a one-to-one visit with them. Basically, he'll also let you know whether or not there's a display home available to take the client through, things like that. So, because not all of these projects are finished, there's quite a few that are finished that you can take people to, but then there's quite a few other ones where they've not even been started yet. I mean, I had a guy the other day from Melbourne, Stephen, he's from Property Guru, and he was like, oh, this guy wants to buy something straight away. And it's like, well, yeah, but they don't start the project until a lot of the time, until you put $1,000 down on the block of land or whatever. The project doesn't just start in the hope that somebody's going to buy it. They're not going to start just building a house for the fun of it.
I see.
You know, so there's a lot of projects there where they've just finished it, like apartments in cities, maybe, you know, in the CBD. They'll be finished 9 times out of 10. If there's any apartments that come up, they're done. But if it's house and land packages, they could sit there for months with nobody buying anything. You know what I mean? Especially this time at the moment with what's going on. So in that situation,
it's not necessarily a bad thing though, guys, because imagine how long it's going to take to then build and settle on those properties, and what those properties are then going to be worth when they actually do take ownership.
Yeah, and I think we're going to end up with a bit of a shortage of stock anyway now, because of the fear mongering side of things. A lot of people will take their properties off the market, so all of a sudden you're going to go from all this stuff that's available in established suburbs to there's not a lot available at all. So people will then start to look towards new properties as well and go, well, maybe we should just buy. Yeah.
Maybe you could mention to everyone as well about the SMFT. So I was talking with Brad from Thomas Paul Construction around a lot of customers, like a lot of people would rather probably look at investing their superannuation into, you know, mortar and bricks. So that's probably at the moment with this coronavirus and it being up in the air and stuff like that, rather than having sort of, you know, 100, 200, whatever it is in a super or a self-invested account, it'd probably be smarter looking at putting that into a property and obviously getting a bit more stability through that as well. So that might be something you could, you know, just mention to everyone and talk about some ideas and stuff like that.
I haven't had a chance to run this past everybody yet, but we just had a new website made, which is which basically is geared up for people that are investors. So it's high yield properties basically. So it's all the properties that we've got available that have got the highest yield, so like 8%, stuff like that. So that's an actual separate website that we've had made up. And what I'll do is I'll send everybody the link to that website, and I'll also have it inputted into the main website, the contact website as well. So from an investor point of view, we've literally probably got, I don't know, 200 or 300 really high yield properties across the board in Australia, everywhere. So really, if we do come across an investor and they are after a particular high yield to sort of see themselves through until everything goes back to normal, then we've actually got a dedicated website for that. So, and I'll send that through to everybody, because that's one of the things that I thought that, you know, we needed at the end of the day, and so we managed to organise that and get that sorted out.
Another good one as well I was thinking was a lot of wealth management firms and stuff like that, looking after people's assets and finances and stuff like that. You could sort of reach out to those guys because they're still open at the moment, whether they're working from home, and sort of spark up a bit of a deal where they can get a bit of a referral fee if you can look after, you know, their customers and they need to sort of spend some money and invest some money. Then you could be sort of like a right-hand partner to that wealth management firm. That's a bit of an idea.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. We'll have to look into that. I think the more networking you can do, like David's mentioned, the finance guy, and you want a finance guy, an accountant, a solicitor, all those sorts of people you want to hook up with. I mean, just cold call them or whatever, whichever ones are near to you in your local area. ring up and introduce yourself and say, look, this is what I'm actually doing. I want to set up a referral system with you. How do I go about it? And to be fair, I don't think a lot of people are going to turn you away or turn any business away, because they need all the help they can get. So they're going to help you and you're going to help them at the end of the day. But you need those sort of people in your back pocket to be able to help you get deals over the line and things like that. Definitely with the finance side. How's everybody's sort of day-to-day looking? Like, are people cold calling? Are they emailing people? I don't know, I've sent the people out in Queensland a database to work on. Has anybody got any results out of this database? Are they banging their head against the wall? Or what's the situation? Has anybody started using it? Or is nobody wants to touch it? What's happening?
What's this database? What, like, who's on it?
It's for the people in Queensland. So I sent them out 16,000 contacts that I've got together over the last 10 years, and some of it's a bit out of date, but at the moment there's a bit of a captive audience. So I was like, well, cold call it, email it,
Who's cold calling so far? Anyone?
I don't know if they are or they aren't. Is anybody cold called or not?
No.
Not off the list, no.
It's a hard no. It's a hard no across the board.
Cool.
Well,
interesting. Good to know.
Does anybody want any training on how to cold call people?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay then, Tiffany. Well, I'll do a practice session with you over the phone, because I did write a script for everybody. I'm pretty sure, and I sent it out to everybody so they could practice. But we'll do some pretend calls if you like, and if anybody else wants some pretend calls, we'll do some pretend calls to practice, because I've done cold calling for probably 17 years.
Do a recording.
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, I'll do a recording. Yeah, I'll do a recording. I'll do a recording, and I'll do it individually with each person, and we'll do a practice run, and we'll see how it goes. But my sort of thing with cold calling is it's to the point. So, not this long-winded, introduce yourself, tell us everything you know about your company. Like most call centers or anything like that, it's got a whole paragraph to get through. And then they say, oh, by the way, we're recording this call, blah, blah, blah. You have to listen to all this cobblers. The main thing is to get to the point. What's the reason for the call? And the main reason that you're calling people is you're trying to get them to have an appraisal. That's your main reason to cold call anybody, is would you like an appraisal? Would you like to know how your property stacks up in the current market? Well, I should imagine at the moment a lot of people do want to know how the property stacks up in the current market because of the coronavirus, because they're thinking, oh, is my property gone down in value because everything else is? So it's a good opportunity then to go in fresh with them and say, okay, well, let's have a look at it. Or if the database has got people on there that are still renting, which is a high probability, there's probably at least a couple of thousand people on there that are probably renting again, or they're still renting, to ask them when they're looking to buy a new house. So you've got a couple of things to go out there. You've got, can I do an appraisal for you, yes or no? Are you looking to buy a new house? Or would you like to buy an investment property? And
also,
then,
if it's sorry to interrupt, if it's your database from 10 years, it's a warm database, so it's not completely cold as well. So it's like, that's promising.
No, it's a mixed bag. I'm not going to say it's like the best thing ever. I'm not saying you make 10 phone calls and you get one sale. I'm not going to say that, but I will say that if you did 50 calls, you should get at least one appraisal out of it. And what you should be doing is you should be setting yourself targets, as in, I do so many calls a week, and I aim to get so many appraisals a week that I do. So you want to get in front of people. Now, with the coronavirus thing, you might not be able to do a face-to-face meeting, but you can email them the appraisal and send them an email and then ring them back and talk to them. Or you can do FaceTime with them or something like that. But you want to be doing an ongoing thing. So it's like, I do 50 calls a day. I want to try and get 1 or 2 appraisals a day lined up. So I want to try and aim to do 10 a week. If I can do 10 a week, chances are I'm going to list 1 out of 10. If I list 1 out of 10, that means on average, I'm going to be selling at least 1 to 2 properties every month. thereabouts, because you've got a 6-week window normally to sell a property. So you have to look at it as it's a funnel theory. You go, you know, you're doing 50 calls equals, you know, 2 appraisals equals possibly 1 listing, or no listings. Start again, keep going, keep going, keep going. Because at the moment you have got, like I mentioned this before to people, you have got a captive audience. You've got people stuck at home, bored out of the mind, and you've actually got people that are worried about, you know, is my property worth anything anymore? You know, and once they get that information and all the rest of them, you know, they're gonna, when they do come to sell, they're gonna turn to you and say, well, this person bothered and they went to a lot of effort to get in contact with me, give me the information I wanted. They've also got access to a lot of different stock in different locations and all that kind of thing. So that's very interesting. That's very useful information. So you're standing out as, you're not just a, you know, basic agent. You're an agent that's got access to property all over Australia, which puts you in a totally different league altogether. So that's the way I would be going. And you know, if you have got the time, if you've not got anything else to do, some of you have got other jobs and things that you're doing, fair enough. But the ones that haven't, you know, unless you know, just take an hour out of your day and just do some cold calling, or just send some emails out and see what happens. At the end of the day, it's a law of averages. You know, eventually you're going to find somebody who just says, oh yeah, I'm actually thinking of selling. You know, I'm thinking of selling in the new financial year because I'm hoping the coronavirus is finished and I can sell my house. I'm actually looking at trying to sell my house. You know, you will come across one of those people. It's just a case of perseverance. And nobody likes cold calling, but you know,
No,
it's part of it.
Just going to ask, I used to use a thing called ACT database, and I think that's like a CRM similar thing, that you could set alarms, and you know, I used to use that quite a bit for the calling, and then you ring people. And that Fusion, the one you've got me onto, they were supposed to get back to me, but they haven't. Do they have something in that with that Fusion that's like some sort of a CRM type
as far as I'm aware
system?
As far as I'm aware, once you put the buyer in and the different information, it links them to the property, and it has got reminders built into it and stuff like that. So you've got MailChimp that's free, that might not be great for everybody.
Well, I got 306 out. I followed up a few of them, but I did get 306 emails out, and you got a lot of data out of that. So it did work, but you've got to just keep doing it until you get that person. But it tells you how many rejected, how many actually clicked through, through, because I had the email I sent, I had all my listings on there, and you could actually see them clicking which properties they clicked. So that was helpful information. So but nothing yet.
The other thing I was going to mention is that video is a very big thing at the moment for engaging with people. So you all want to try and make a video introducing yourself, and I'll edit, and you send me the video and I'll edit it together and I'll put it onto YouTube, then I'll put it onto the Facebook, and then, you know, we'll try and use it to promote yourself. So like, for example, if you do use something like MailChimp, where it's a CRM system, or the other one, and you're sending like group emails out to a couple hundred people every single time, you put your link to your video
your link
in there, because then they'll engage with you as a person. And like, it only has to be 30 seconds long. It's like, well, this is what I'm doing, blah blah blah, you know, and introducing yourself. But that makes it a bit more personal, and people respond better to videos than they do to just stock standard photographs of properties and, you know, a bio shot of you and you know how wonderful you are. When you actually engage with them and do a video, they'll sit and watch a video. They can't be bothered to read a whole A4 sheet of paper on how marvelous you are. You know, they want to just see a quick 30 seconds. Yes, this is where I am. I'm based here. This is what I do. Blah blah blah. And that's it. So I think everybody should try and do a video if they can. And some of you out there have got are multi-talented and can speak multiple languages. Again, this is where you've got a point of difference, and you should be taking advantage of that point of difference. You should be making a video in a different language, for definite. You know, So if you've got that ability, you should be doing that. I'll just give everybody the heads up. We've got a lady coming on at 2:30 called Angela who wants to sell you all something. So I'm just going to warn you now. So she's like a motivational person. So I'll let her, you know, she can crack on and see if it's something that anybody's interested in. She's approached me through LinkedIn, to be fair, and I was like, well, I'll see how it goes. I'll see how motivated everybody are. See what they. She is not cheap, so I don't
Yeah,
know,
fair
to be
enough.
honest, she is not cheap at all. So I don't know. Like from my point of view, I'm not fussed one way or another. But if it helps you, if after you've sold a property, maybe use it.
Yeah.
Maybe then.
Yeah.
But up until that
Yeah.
point,
What? So is she a motivational coach?
yeah.
Do you mind if like I leave the meeting, or is that rude?
She's not coming on till past.
All right.
I might
4
leave.
minutes.
What are you talking about? I might.
Yeah.
You got to stay, guy.
No, I've
Yeah.
got to stay, but I've got to pick my kids up at before 3 o'clock, so I can't stay on here all day. I've got to go out and do stuff. You know, I've got a life here. You know, I just wanted to catch up with everybody, make sure everybody's okay, and they haven't, you know, hung themselves.
Yeah.
I just have a quick question, guy.
Say again.
I just have a quick question.
Yeah, go on.
In regards to the not house and land, the developments, so townhouse developments, etc. So if we have someone interested, I understand that like a developer has to have a percentage of the townhouses sold before they start building. And excuse me if this has already been answered. How do we explain that to the vendor if they're the first person that has that wants to put in an offer, and it goes through with the developer, but then, you know, they're still waiting on like 2 or 3 to be developed, to be sold before they go ahead?
Before they do what? Sorry.
Before they start the build.
They should start the build as soon as the person's paid the money. So it's not like they're going to go, oh no, we've got to wait until we've sold 60 townhouses and then we're going to build them. They should start work and put a slab down.
Yeah.
Start the construction when somebody's put a deposit down and they've gone unconditional.
Even if it's okay, cool. Even if it's like like there's only one out of like just say 10 is what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter.
Cool.
I had a project almost 10 years ago. And the girl had built 6, and there was going to be 26 or something, and she built 6 because those were the only people that had put money down and started the project. The rest of them just had slabs down, sat there doing nothing.
Okay, cool.
Because she'd picked the wrong location to sell something, but that's another story for another time.
Did they ever get built? The other 20?
No.
Wow.
No. I was gonna give away a car, and I was gonna do all sorts of stuff, but LJ Hooker wouldn't let me. So I was pretty annoyed. I've cleaned that up for you. I was pretty annoyed, to say the least. I had every kind of offer on the table there. I had offers to buy the townhouses, the slabs, finish the rest of the project off, buy them individually, took it to auction. I got, you know, people putting offers in an auction. The girl wouldn't take them. So yeah, it was just a nightmare. But yeah, to answer your question, as soon as somebody parts with the money and they go unconditional, then yeah, they're all good. Okay,
cool, awesome. I didn't know that about like the whole development, and so that's clear.
Well,
thank you.
As soon as something's cleared and they've got the land sitting there and it's empty and they've sectioned it off and it's all, you know, it's all gone through the process it needs to go to, then yeah, as soon as somebody pays for something, they're going to crack on and do it. They're not going to just sit there and go, let's hope that we sell another, 20 properties. And because what happens is, the reason why they do start it is because then people who live locally will see something's happened. Go, what are they building over there? And it gets people talking, and then somebody might go, oh, well, I think I'll buy one of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, cool. She's coming on now, so, head for the hill.
Good chat, guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, guys, just a quick clarification.
Yep. Yeah, go on.
I received a call from Charlotte in regards to the domain listings.
Yeah.
I was told that you need to have the full license in order to be doing the free listings on the domain. So just
Well,
wanted to have clarification on that.
I see. This is the thing. I've spoken to Charlotte and I've said to her, "Do they need a full license? Yes or no?" And she said, "No. They just need their license. We need their license number because I had the same problem with Harminder. So you just need your license number." So
Yeah,
I don't
received a
understand.
call from her day before yesterday, and I told her that I have got the sales agent license, not the full license as of yet. And she told me that it has to be full license. I don't know. So what's the
Yeah,
right
no, that's probably right.
Well, I would say to you to just send your ABN number and your license number and let them get on with it, because they're either going to give you an account or they're not. If they don't give you an account, then I'll put the listings on for you anyway. So one way or another, I'm just trying to make it easier for everybody so everybody can upload their own stuff.
Yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure
that I can't do it.
I'm pretty sure that's right, because I know I got the sales registration and the license, and they're two different certificates. And it's the full license number is the one that I sent. Yeah, sent through to her. And same with the broker as well. And I think the sales registration isn't enough because it's a different type of number.
Yeah.
So because you got to fill out a proper. I mean, they wanted my website address, my web. Everything sort of thing, it wasn't, it was a proper commercial account that I filled out, but as long as I'm not paying anything, so they're probably taking it.
Well,
it has to be a full license.
The main thing is you've got an account set up with them. Well, whether or not you have to have a full license or not, I don't know. See, I'm getting mixed messages every time I spoke to them. It's no, they just need their license.
No, well, it's registration. The other one's just registration, and the license is because it costs $1,500 to get that license, and that's what I mean. It was quite a cost, but
it's not
where the other one's only $450 or something. But they call that a registration, not a license.
Yeah. The only other way around it is to join EXP, because EXP will give you a domain account, and REA and everything else. But whether or not you can have that set up through EXP is a different story. Like I say, out of everybody, if there's only a certain volume of people that can get them for whatever reason that domain say, then I'll cover the difference, and I'll cover that and upload the properties and everything else that I need to do. But yeah, like I don't understand why they would do that, because
But just so you know, just a heads up, if you do want to upgrade from a registration, because like if you go through REIQ, costs like about $1,600 or something, but I did it with Validum, which is in Brisbane, and it cost me $600. Yeah, $600 to get me full license.
Oh,
so
well, that's
really,
very good.
and you go up there and you can use their facilities. I went up there for just a week and a half straight every day. All the facilities are free. The teachers are there. They give you coffees, and you do it. And it took me a week and a half to get the full license and the test and everything, and $600. That was it. So saved a fortune. So that's
you're right. I'm working with Validum as well. I'm enrolled for the full license. I'm doing it online, but with the Corona thing, they have got more restrictions in place, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but you're absolutely right. You can knock it off in a week or so.
Yeah, well, it took me about a week and a bit, because the main thing is you go up there and you're focused. You can get it done, and you got the teachers there, and it was just they're the best organisation. You even get like this graduation. You put the cap on as if you've just passed university. They take photos on Facebook. Pretty funny. I said, "Oh, look at this! I've just finished university."
Yeah, they are really good. They are really nice people.
Yeah. Oh, excellent people. Yeah, I'll have to send you a photo of that if you want to laugh. Me with a cap on.
Yeah,
and Guy,
sounds good.
Say one thing, Guy.
Sorry, go on.
Good.
Guy, this is Rahul. I want to say something.
I can't hear you very well. Can you speak up, please, mate?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Just about, mate. Go on, shout.
Guy, like I have talked with so many my pipelines, my customers, but they are.
Hello. Hello, Len. Hello.
Hi, Guy.
Hi, Len. Are you able to get onto the?
No, I can't.
Oh. Oh, it's just